Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm Natalie Herbeck.
And I'm David Moss, and I think this is the show you've all been waiting for, and how should we describe it?
I would call it a feel-good show.
That's right. A lot of stories out there. You've seen our stories, and sometimes you go like, oh, that's the best story I ever heard, or you see a story about a person who helps other people. Well, we're going to give you a chance to maybe find a way that you can help.
It's true. You know, there are so many amazing people throughout Northeast Ohio. We're going to showcase a few of them today and show you ways that you can also get involved.
So how do we get it started?
Well, I think we should start at this place that on the outside, it looks like an ordinary church, but when you head indoors, they're doing really wonderful things.
We're taking persons with dementia and their caregivers, and our goal is to give them education and interactive activities where they can engage and feel like they're doing meaningful things that have purpose behind them. Well, the idea was something that was put on my heart in particular initially, just as I felt like a calling to do something and help people with dementia, because I saw successful interventions. And as time went on, my co-founder, Kara Turner, her and I had talked about it, and she had such a heart for the person that was caring for the people with dementia. The church here at Lakeview Baptist Church opened the doors and said that we were welcome here if this is something we wanted to do. The pastor actually said he also had a heart for people with dementia. And, our first participant was actually a member of the church. They usually come in and kind of have a social gathering, and they have their coffee, and we pretty much know who's coming for the day for the most part. Sometimes we have some surprise visitors come in, but they come in and they have coffee and snacks, and then they start out with a prayer and scripture reading. And then from there, they have whatever activities are going on for the day. So the day can vary, but one thing that's constant is we have exercise every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we have students during the school year on Tuesday from Lorain County Joint Vocational School and on Thursday from Lorain County Community College.
Incredible. As you saw, I was in tears watching some of the residents hold the babies, because it just warms my heart to see something that makes them smile. And when you see them sit there and not do anything on a daily, it's truly a blessing to sit here and watch them smile and just hear what they have to say about the experience.
The person that has dementia will come in, like we had a lady that come in one time, had her coat clutched like to her, and didn't seem like she wanted to participate at all. And in a few moments, she kind of warmed up a little and started talking. And her daughter was trying to help her. And by the end of the time, not only did she dance with the music that was happening and sing along, but when she left, she was hugging us. And so in 4 hours of time, we saw that transition. And I think that's one of the things that the caregivers are most surprised about. And what I hear over and over from the caregivers is this person is not like this at home.
Mom is 69. She was diagnosed at 65. She just missed the cusp of the early onset, so technically she's in the regular age for dementia. Her mother died from Alzheimer's. We've known what's coming. We've kind of been part of this situation already. And she's happy and physically very healthy. She's just kind of foggy sometimes. It's really given her something just to look forward to, and it gives me a place I can bring her where I know she's safe and she's happy, and I don't have to like fight too hard with other things that are going on. So yeah, we really enjoy it. It's been good for us.
I feel like this is how it should be. This is dementia friendly. This is people feeling like it's okay that they have an illness or a disease, that they're still accepted, and not only accepted, they're loved and embraced, and they're engaged, and that's what it's all about, And I think that's one of the things that I love so much about the program too, is that I hear from the people with dementia that say things like they're helping a student, and they'll say, well, that's how it should be. Or they're interacting with somebody and they feel like it's normal, whatever normal is. It feels good to them.
We told you this was going to be a pretty spectacular show, and we are just getting started. This program takes place every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. If you'd like to get involved or make a donation, you can learn more online at www.dflife.org, or you can always follow them on Facebook.
Okay, everyone deserves a home-cooked meal, right?
Sure.
Well, you can make sure that happens by donating kitchen items you no longer need.
Recycle Pots and Pans is a service mission that is run out of Lucky Penny Creamery. And what we do is we collect and redistribute anything used to prepare or enjoy a family meal. So if we were to make scrambled eggs for breakfast, we're going to need a saucepan, a whisk, maybe a mixing bowl, plates, something to fork to eat, maybe a juice glass if we're going to have orange juice. We then take the items that we collect from community members and we redistribute them to those in need. Currently, we work with about 28 different Ohio nonprofits, everything from in Cleveland from Domestic Violence Center to we work with migrant farmers, we work with Ursuline Piazza and Edwin's Leadership and Restaurant Institute, a variety of different organizations, all that are helping people that are in some ways in crisis. The idea came because I was at a local nonprofit, local food meeting, a community meeting, and there was a group that was complaining about the fact that they just purchased a van and they were loading it up with all of this food from the farmer's market, and they took it out to the inner city neighborhoods and they opened the doors and no one took anything. And when you drill down a little deeper, you recognize that people aren't taking anything because they don't have the pots or pans at home to cook. So the food banks are doing a wonderful job of getting food to the needy. The challenge is that if the food then gets into the homes and there's nothing to cook with it, then it becomes food waste. So really, what have we done? So Recycle Pots and Pans is dedicated to making sure we're closing that last gap between the food banks and feeding families. Everyone has excess pots and pans in their house. Changes in life often bring about excess. So say that you have a kid coming back home from college and moving back in, or an elderly parent that might be moving into assisted living. What do you do with all that extra cookware? Well, through Recycle Pots and Pans, we actually redistribute it to families that can use it. Sometimes we get items that might be a little too worn, and we still want to keep that out of the landfill. So we have a partnership with a local scrap person, and they actually come in and they take our recycling, baking tins and loaf pans and some things that we don't feel is appropriate to maybe give to someone that's just coming out of homelessness. We then take that and we actually recycle it into other new items. This is our 5th year. We've moved right about 10 tons of cookware to these 28 different nonprofits. We are a completely volunteer-driven organization run by community members and high school and college students, and it's just by people that care enough and that really feel that food is a connector and food is an important part of our world.
To learn more on how to get involved, you can visit Recycled Pots and Pans online, or you can drop off donations at any time at Lucky Penny Creamery in Kent. And if you have lots of items or an entire kitchen full of items, you can arrange to have them picked up. Up next, a couple creates a completely free store, and we can show you how you can help and donate.
I don't think you have to go too far on Lorain Avenue to see a need here. And the nice thing about Needs Cleveland is you can come from anywhere. So if you live in North Royalton or if you live in Cleveland, Needs Cleveland is open to anyone.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. A local couple sees a need in their community. So what do? They open up a completely free store. Check out Needs Cleveland.
Needs Cleveland is a nonprofit free store. Everything that's donated goes directly to the public and everything is free. The idea of Needs Cleveland came from my husband and I, who own Ripcho Studio School of Photography. We photograph students throughout Northeast Ohio, and all schools have a lost and found and have coats and things that are left over during the year and don't have a place to give them. So twice a year we go to the schools and we pick up the things from their lost and found and wash them and put them out to give away for free. Okay, so there's no income or residency requirements. Everything is free. When people come in, they register and they become a member and they get a membership card. And then every time that they visit after that, they just bring their card and they can get 5 items per person in their family, up to 25 items per visit. And they can visit as often as they want. Needs Cleveland is open every Tuesday and Thursday from 12:30 to 2:30. And for donations, you can drop off donations Monday through Thursday from 9 to 4. So donations, we need everything from coats, hats, gloves, school uniforms, men's and women's clothing, kids, toddlers, babies, infants. We take plates, cups, houseware, lamps, anything that can be carried to and from the store and put in a car on the bus. So basically no furniture. The only thing that can't be donated is bedding, such as blankets or anything with fiberfill in it, or stuffed animals. So it's fun to shop in Needs Cleveland. Everything is free. Members have a real shopping experience. There's something new every time that you come to shop. So if you need something for your baby, for your daughter or son, it's always here. I don't think you have to go too far on Lorain Avenue to see a need here. And the nice thing about Needs Cleveland is you can come from anywhere. So if you live in North Royalton or if you live in Cleveland, Needs Cleveland is open to anyone. One of the great things about volunteering here is when a visitor comes back and tells you about a new job that they got, or how much the clothing that they got the last time they were here helped them to get the job. Something we started about a year ago that's new and exciting is our food kitchen. Meals are served through our to-go window, and visitors can take up to 4 meals home with them for their families. So for example, today we're making chili dogs, mac and cheese, fruit cup, juice, chips, and a Blvd breakfast sandwich to go. I think it's great to put something in a bag to go for breakfast the next day. At the end of the month, things get a little tight, and that's why we serve a meal on the last Wednesday of the month. We have volunteer opportunities for high school students. Right now, St. Ignatius High School Sophomore Service is here helping us, and the Rocky River High School Key Club has helped us and provided a meal. So we really need volunteers, donations of any kind of clothing. We have kids coming in here without shoes on, that come in socks or barefoot, and it's really important that we get them clothed and get some clothing out to the people that come here because they really are in need.
Wondering how you can help? You can bring your donations to Needs Cleveland, 7710 Lorain Avenue, Cleveland, Monday through Thursday between 9 a.m. and 4. And they're always looking for volunteers as well. And of course, monetary donations help also. Hey, check out their website, needscleveland.org, or follow them on Facebook. Natalie?
There's something really special happening in Lakewood. Local comedians are teaching improv to young adults with Down syndrome, and the results, they are amazing. Take a look.
All right, Stand Up for Down started in 2013. My wife Ellen and I founded it. I had a little background in stand-up comedy, and we had our second son, Henry, who was born in 2008, who has Down syndrome. And we thought, how do we get more involved in this community? This last year, after 5 years of basically doing everything we can to raise money and do these events, most of the time using humor and comedy, it occurred to me at some point that maybe what we should be doing is actually teaching people with Down syndrome how to do stand-up comedy, how to do improvisation. Some of the issue in the Down syndrome community is that in the 1980s, someone with Down syndrome lived to be 25. Today it's 61. So they're living much longer, which is incredible, by the way. They're living much longer, but now we need to make sure they have jobs they can do, and stronger jobs, better jobs, and speaking and being able to think on their feet and be creative adds a lot to that. So what we're doing with Project Spotlight is teaching stand-up comedy and improvisation, but that's really kind of the lure of it, so that we're expanding opportunities in the workplace and in kind of the social arena for people with Down syndrome. I'm working with Jeff Blanchard, who's one of Cleveland's best stand-up comics and also an improv guru. He's trained and studied improv at some of the best institutions in the country. I've studied improv at Second City is where I started. So we're trying to take what we know from improv and make it fit people with Down syndrome of all abilities.
Nothing's wrong. So anything that they come up with is perfectly within the realms of what they've decided organically in the scene. So you could see when they're coming up with how they react through a different circumstance, whether the atmosphere has changed, the object they're holding in their hand has changed, and how they address different things. Nothing is wrong. So it's all creative.
I thought to myself, oh, improv. I did improv in theater. Theater is my life. So I would like to do it, like to try it out. And I've been enjoying it ever since.
So when we do an Improv Ninja workshop, we do a lot of warm-up, a lot of games and techniques, and it's just a lot of fun, but we make sure the parents leave. That's very important, because we want to make sure that the kids, A, trust us, and they tend to open up a lot more when the parents aren't there.
I think it has given her a little more confidence, not that there was a lot, not that she didn't have any, but it gave her a little more confidence, and she really has missed being in theater, being on the stage. I think everybody should be in a program like this, whether you have any disability or not, because we don't get the opportunity very often to think off the top of our head and be correct. You know, that nothing you say is wrong.
I feel like $1 million. These are my students, you know. They're not any different from any other student to me. Okay? When I teach you guys, I would never ask you to do anything that would embarrass you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I believe in you.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right?
Yeah.
And you were great up there, man.
You know.
You were great.
To find out when the next Project Spotlight will take place or how you can support Stand Up for Downs, just head to their website, standupfordowns.org. When we come back, one of our most asked about stories. We're showing you how to hold on to your loved one's memories.
The bear I make 90% of the time is small enough to share a chair with you and large enough to cuddle.
This is one of our most asked about stories. A local woman is taking your loved one's memories and turning them into something really special. This is Vicki's Memory Bears.
The first bear was made out of a skirt that my daughter had embroidered when she was 4 years old. I'd moved this skirt across country, from house to house. I keep moving this skirt out of a closet, but I didn't want to get rid of it, and I didn't want to give it away. It meant something. So it became a bear, the first bear. I put up the website in 2002. The first year I did 2 bears, but since then I've done over 800. And thanks to the internet, my bears are in 29 states, Canada, Scotland, and Australia. The bear I make 90% of the time is small enough to share a chair with you and large enough to cuddle. Probably the majority are done when someone's passed away. But a lot of them are done too when someone just has a piece of memory that you don't want to get rid of. Generally, to make a memory bear, I can make it out of pretty much any one piece of adult clothing. 2 arms, 4 pieces. I make a lot of different animals, penguins and owls and elephants and pretty much whatever somebody wants. I also do pillows. Usually they're some kind of patchwork. Pretty much whatever you want. If it's fabric, I'll play with it. And sometimes I have to play around with getting the pieces to fit in the parameters without getting into all the seams. I'm going to sew on the nose and make his mouth. I do it pretty freehand. They're often shirts, they're often pants, they're sweatshirts.
Rosie, who's here visiting today, I made her a bear for her son, who's going to college out of his Cub Scout uniform.
As you get older and you realize that there's nothing much you can leave them except for a legacy. And to me, this bear was so much more than a memory bear. It was a legacy bear. It talked about the legacy of what we did with our son, taking him to Cub Scouts, being involved with him, what a family is. Every time Scott looks at that bear, he's going to know his dad took him to Cub Scouts, and he's going to know that we were there for him.
Okay. Okay, so it's all been sewn around the edges, and it all right side out. Takes a little maneuvering there. This bear was made out of a t-shirt, actually a Bob Seger t-shirt with an eagle on the front. Had words on the back. They're all unique, all the bears. They're as unique as your memory of whoever it is that I'm making the bear for. I feel that when I make a bear, that I'm helping someone get over a tough time in their life, or maybe to start even the next stage of somebody else's life. So it's a time to provide some comfort. I never had any idea how it would make me feel, and it's wonderful.
Vicki's Memory Bears has been bringing comfort to families for more than 13 years. If you head to her website, you can see samples of all the different types of bears and stuffed animals she can make. Check out vickysmemorybears.com. Coming up next, a local boutique is making dress dreams come true for area teens.
We want it to be a fashionable women's boutique with all items here for those women in need. So I don't want to show anything that women after surgery could not wear.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. This is our Feel Good Show, a show about great stories, stories you'll love to hear. And this one you're going to love to hear about. It's a boutique that specializes in clothing for breast cancer survivors.
And honestly, when you walk through the doors there, you feel like family. This is a look at elegant essentials.
We offer all resources for women either diagnosed with breast cancer prior to their surgery, during surgery, and post-op after surgery, and for all lifestyle changes as a result of having surgery. We also see many women who have not been diagnosed with breast cancer but have other breast issues, similar to like Poland syndrome, or one side of the body advances at a different rate than the other. Could be an A or AA on this side and a C or D over here. Young girls and to women of any age. So anyone with any kind of breast issues, uncomfortable with their bras, we're here. So how I got started with Elegant Essentials takes me back to 1981, if I dare date myself. But I was hired as a secretary for a medical equipment company in Mentor. I quickly wanted to advance into becoming a full fitter for them in all body bracing, and when I found out about post-op garments for mastectomy, I knew in that instant, I was 21, I knew that that was my calling, and someday I was going to have my own place. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew I was going to do it. And it took me about 13 years plus to get the nerve to go off on my own. And in 1993, I started Elegant Essentials in my home in Paynesville, packed my suitcases, and anyone who would call me, I would travel everywhere and go to their home and fit them privately in their house. And from there, it's turned into Elegant Essentials in Medina, Elegant Essentials in Mentor, and then we do see patients by appointment at the Taussig Center downtown. We want it to be a fashionable women's boutique with all items here for those women in need. So I don't want to show anything that women after surgery could not wear. There's some intimate apparel that may not work quite right. I want to show everything that does work quite right. So once they come in, we assess emotion. Some of them are very anxious and excited, and let's do this, and I just want to get on the other side and get to the next step of my journey. Others, very emotional, confused and unsure of what's going to happen, and we know to assess that emotion and take them into a private, beautiful dressing room and consult with them for as long as it takes to put them at ease, and then take them through as far in a fitting process as they would like us to, or strictly leave it as a consultation so they get knowledge and feel a little bit more informed as to what their future decisions would be.
We
have an array of many different style bras, whether they be molded cup, soft cup. The majority of all of our bras do not have underwires, but they do give the support like an underwire would. This is one of our molded cup bras here. We even do have strapless bras as well. And then this here is another one of our bras from our fall collection. I'm actually going to put the breast form here into the bra just so that you can see how it goes into the pocket. It's going to go right into the pocket right here.
Once a patient calls us, we try to take care of everything for them. And what women aren't aware of a lot of times are that a lot of these products are covered partially, if not fully, by insurance. So we like to bill as much as we can to their insurance directly, so they're not responsible for that out of pocket. So we take the time to verify their coverage prior to an appointment being made, and we do prefer having appointments so that all of these things could be put in place so that once they come, it's all about their fit.
They customize everything just for you. That is probably the biggest thing of all. It's very difficult to find the types of things you need, and they really have an understanding of what your situation is. And they take into consideration the emotional component of what goes on here. They know more what you need than maybe you do.
If you want to learn more about this great place, you can head to their website, elegantessentialsonline.com. Just a reminder, Elegant Essentials is open at both locations Tuesday through Saturday. They do highly encourage making an appointment before you stop in.
Now we head to Northfield, where a place called Rockin Frocks believes every girl deserves a chance to shine.
Rockin Frocks to me is a magical place. We have the stories of people that come in here, the moms that we meet and the girls. It's life-changing for me. I love helping out here. We've had so many people that moms are hugging you and crying. Thank you, I had no idea how I was going to be able to afford a dress for my daughter. Well, the majority of the dresses, Linda is a whiz at finding deals. We found out that we need to purchase more dresses so we have the range and selection that the girls need.
We have sizes 0 to 3X. We make sure we fit everyone. You know, everyone thinks, oh, the plus sizes, they're so hard to find, which they are, but those 00s are hard to find also. And the last thing we want is girls coming in here who have already been at the mall and they're in tears because nothing fits or it's way too expensive. And so we want them to come in here and know there's going to be something for them.
We look for the latest style, and you can go on Facebook and see what the girls are wearing or check out websites, and so we really try to have current styles here that the girls are going to love. If they want something sparkly, we've got the sparkle. If they want something lacy, again, that was a big trend last year, was the lace for prom and stuff like that. So we've had people come in and they said, we're here for a free dress. Is there a certain section that we should go shop at? And we're like, no, you can have anything in the store that you need. And people are just amazed, and especially at our selection that, we've got these beautiful gowns and, you can have whatever you need. And that's what I said, it's just a magical place. We have so many pictures. We have the girls trying on dresses. They'll send us pictures through Facebook. And there's different places in the store where we have just pictures of all the girls. We have a scrapbook full of thank yous that have been sent to us. We love homecoming and prom time because sometimes they will just be lined up out the door with an armful of dresses, and we're just trying to move them through, but we like to take the time with each girl. And we've seen so many of these dresses on other people that we can then suggest something. Sometimes it'll be like, put on this sparkly dress. And, oh, I don't like sparkles. But then they put it on and their face just lights up. Like, wow, I look beautiful. Yes, honey, you do. And that's what it's all about. Women that want to support us will come in and shop, or a girl that can afford to buy a dress. They're loving what we have going on in the boutique, so they're in here shopping, and that allows us to then continue to gift dresses to girls in need. We are 100% volunteer run, so all the money we make pays the rent, utilities, and allows us to buy more dresses. It's like people will say that there's a need to feed people and there's a need for, helping pay somebody's rent and mortgage, but nobody thinks about this girl that has this dream of attending a dance, cannot afford it, And to be able to walk in here and feel like a princess when she leaves and be able to go to this dance like every other kid, it's just transforming. And to see that happen before our eyes when a girl comes in is a beautiful thing.
Rockin Frocks is run by volunteers and 90% of the dresses are new. They were purchased, not donated, and you can sponsor Girl for Homecoming with a $40 donation. For more information, just visit their website, rockinfrocks.org. Coming up next, we have more of our most asked about stories, including something for your pets.
A lot of the things that we get donated are very cherished things by their owners, and they know that it's going to help children and families.
Shop and help families in need when pigs fly. I'm not kidding. That's the name of an upscale resale shop that's doing great things in helping with families deal with illness.
When Pigs Fly is a charitable resale and retail shop that supports the Piggyback Foundation. The Piggyback Foundation is carrying families through times of need because every child loves a piggyback ride. So we do the big little things that create joy for a family when someone in the family is going through a life-threatening illness. Well, definitely when they shop, that provides funds to go to the family, because we help a family for a year, up to 3 years while they're going through treatment. And we help them with everyday activities and extracurricular activities. So we need a consistent monthly income to support the families. The foundation got started when I was helping in my daughter's class, and a little boy in her class, his dad was diagnosed with cancer, and he passed away pretty quickly, and the family went through a lot of hardships, and we just hated to see a working middle-class family kind of fall apart because of illness. Some of the words that you see on our wall are from piggyback families that have passed, and it's a saying that they remember about their loved one. We wanted to make the store like a beautiful, peaceful environment for people to come in and just experience the joy that we feel when we're able to give and help. And we feel like it's very God-centered. So we have a lot of people come in and they just feel comfort. The items are donated, or some things are purchased. So people can donate items and we will fix them up, clean them up, and then put them out for sale. Or we work with businesses like Village Lighting in Lorain donates all of our chandeliers, and there are some wholesale companies that we work with to purchase items for the store. And we accept donations anytime we're open, Tuesday through Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. A lot of the things that we get donated are very cherished things by their owners. So they bring it in because it's special to them and they know that it's going to help children and families. So there's china, silverware, furniture, collectible type things, floral arrangements. It's emotional. I feel like we're doing God's work. Somebody said to me one time that, it's God's work when many hands are touching it and Piggyback has fingerprints all over it. It's definitely the people and the families that we meet. We've helped so many lovely families, and I don't think I could turn away to stop helping. I feel like there's always more that we can do to help the families, but my husband always says that even a little bit of joy is a good thing.
You can help just by shopping. A portion of every purchase is helping those families dealing with serious illnesses. Or you can also donate your gently used or new household items during any store hours. For more information, go to their website, whenpigsflynorwalk.com.
Now it's time to turn our attention to our pets. That's right, a local business is making life easier for pets and their owners. It's called Joy Cares.
Joy Cares is the largest non-franchise, privately owned pet sitting service in northeastern Ohio. It started 18 years ago, and we started with just in-home pet sitting, and since then, for the past 7 years, we've branched out into specialized care, which deal with medical pets, so any pets needing medical attention.
Hi, Elijah.
Our medical pets have a broad range of needs. Yes, we do palliative and hospice care, but probably our biggest sector is pets with renal failure, pets with diabetes, pets with cancer, pre and post-surgical pets, pets that need extra assistance that the pet parents can't provide themselves.
I couldn't do without it. I couldn't do it. It keeps me company. That's the only company I got. And I keep him company. He's my little buddy, a baby.
You're changing people's lives. You're making things easier for them. They become a part of your life. Their pet becomes a part of your life. It's more than a job. You never really go to work. And to prolong animals' lives that otherwise, may not be here, because there's medications and situations where people can't necessarily do these things. And if we weren't there to do them, there's animals that wouldn't be able to continue their lives.
The home visits start with a consultation. That usually takes about an hour, and I call the pet parents ahead of time, gather a little bit of information, ask for past 6 months medical records from their veterinarian. We go in, we talk, go over medications, we set up a care and treatment plan, answer questions that the pet parent has, maybe discover some things that we could do in home that would help, that sometimes the veterinarians don't realize when they take a pet into the clinic.
Is that delicious turkey? Mm-hmm.
The beauty of being in home reduces the stress levels by 1,000%. And animals that go into clinic are super stressed, the pet parents are stressed. So when we're able to come into their home, the stress levels drop, which adds to the benefit of the pet's life. We also offer alternative therapies. Two of our biggest ones are using essential oils and also healing touch, which is energy work. Essential oils are a nice addition to traditional medicine. They can be used with other medications. They can be used in almost any kind of illness or disease. The energy work, which is healing touch, is done by me. And it's much like Reiki, to go in and balance an animal's energy body, which then supports their immune system, supports their healing process, gives some pain relief, aids in mobility. There's a wide range of uses for energy work too.
Do you want your water? No?
One of the best things about Joy Cares is it gives our pet parents peace of mind. Whether they just use us for regular in-home pet sitting, they're traveling abroad, they have total confidence knowing that their pets are taken care of.
This is the greatest boy in the world.
The areas that we cover are 4 counties, Cuyahoga, Lorain, Medina, and Summit counties. We can also do phone consults if you are out of our area, and we work with a lot of pet parents over the phone.
He is the best.
If you or someone you know could use the services of Joy Cares, just head to their website, joycares.com. And to find out more information on their programs, you can always follow along on Facebook and Twitter as well. Still to come, a delicious way to give back.
Our students have a lot of unique, talented offerings for vocational opportunities and employment, and we're trying to build that skill set here.
Some very unique flavors are being popped up at a place called Northcoast Corn Creations, and every time you stop there, you're a part of something even more special.
Northcoast Corn Creations is a new venture that gives us an opportunity to provide vocational and employment training for students on the autism spectrum and adults on the autism spectrum. It's a new gourmet popcorn shop offering over 20 flavors of different types of popcorn, from candied to salted popcorn. We have everything from pizza through buffalo, through coconut curry, flavors you probably would never think of. And then we have a different line with our candied flavors. Our most popular And our signature flavor is the Embracing Autism, which is a fruity flavor mixture. And the message for that is really to draw awareness to autism. Our students have a lot of unique, talented offerings for vocational opportunities and employment, and we're trying to build that skill set here through an environment of teaching social skill setting, social thinking as well, which gives them opportunities to practice so that when they do have those opportunities for employment, they'll be comfortable in those settings. Any of the profits that are brought back in go directly back into providing the mission and training for our students.
The dog treats started probably 3 or 4 years ago. I started looking at recipes and came up with a wheat and corn-free treat. It has carrots, applesauce, eggs, rice flour, oatmeal, and molasses. So the kids process the oatmeal. We have to grind it down so it kind of looks more like flour. The kids are in charge of inventorying all the ingredients in the dog treats to make sure we have enough to fill the orders. The kids are in charge of measuring out the ingredients, stuffing the cookie presses, baking, bagging, filling orders. We have a Facebook page that some of our students have using a script. We'll email back with some of our customers. So they're in charge of all aspects of it. And then some people will send their pictures of their dogs eating the treats. We've also made dog beds, so they'll put their dog on the bed, take a picture, and I'll hang it up in the classroom, and the students, you know, they're always looking at to see. And the fact that they get to interact with our customers too and see it all full circle really helps them.
The most proud is watching the students and staff interact, watching the staff and the smiles on their faces, seeing the students do things that maybe others thought they couldn't do, finding community for our students to know that they are a valuable resource to our society. That's what makes me proud.
So do you want to order some delicious popcorn and support a wonderful organization that creates employment opportunities for adults with special needs? You can either hop in the car and drive to their storefront location on Lakeshore Boulevard in Willoughby, or you can check out their website, northcoastcorn.com. Just a note, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays.
Well, I hope you feel good.
I do, and you know what? I hope that we have inspired other people maybe to help, to want to help and give back.
That's right. I had a lot of fun revisiting those folks and their stories. But you know, you could really help too is call us. Give us some ideas of some new people to talk to and some new stories. That'd be terrific. And how can they get a hold of us?
They can always either email us at newday@foxa.com or get in touch with us on Facebook as well. We would love to hear those stories out there because these are just a few of the many amazing people and organizations who are doing big things in Northeast Ohio.
And that would make us feel really good.
Yes.
I'm David Moss.
I'm Natalie Herbick.
And we'll see you on the next
New Day Cleveland.
So long.